empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
After the final pour, Tony and Brandon are drinking more. Welcome to After the Final.
I'm Will Shatner.
This
is After the Final Pour.
I was just in space, and we need to save the world because it's so beautiful from in space. Brandon, I'd like to point out that it's pretty awesome that you're holding a black cat, Aggie, as you were in the episode before us recording this, that you're holding her. So oh, that's adorable.
Oh, that's
on
my
the
ear.
face, licking the ear. Because we're, this is a spooky time of year, and by the time this comes out, Halloween's already come and gone. But we're drinking a spooky type of beer. You and I both own shirts and a hat. Well, you own the hat. Well, it's just the brewery.
Don't you have a hat?
No, I never got a hat. Clark got
I got a hat for you.
Oh, sick. You got a hat for me?
Yeah, I do.
Yes. We're drinking an awesome beer. I can't say that. I'm sure it is. I'm assuming it's an awesome beer because I've never had it before. Never tried this before.
Really?
Never. I've not had this, so I'm super stoked. Our good friends at Brickstone made this beer. Brandon, talk about this right here, right now. I'm going to take a sip while you're discussing it.
So we are drinking.
I do have notes. I do have notes on it though.
Yeah, good, because I don't. Because this is the Dark Secret. So kind of going back, I've had Dark Secret a couple of times and got it last year when we talked to Tommy. No, before I talked to Tommy, I think I had picked some up. But anyways, we talked to Tommy in January, and he told us that they did some variations of this beer. So I decided that I was going to go seek it out. And I found from a Benny's, they had a couple of the 4-packs left. So I grabbed some and tried all of those, and those were delicious. And then we're prepping. Now we're prepping, but this is going to be a preface to that episode. We're going to be talking to Tommy.
Yeah, I don't know when this is. We don't know when this is coming out. So we
may have just talked to Tommy. We don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
exactly.
This variation of Dark Secret that we're drinking the base beer. I know they have Irish cream. They had a Weller version. They have a Irish cream. They have a raspberry tiramisu. And this one is the one that was aged in Buffalo Trace whiskey barrels. And that's it. Like that. It's just a base beer.
Two things. I like that you said that you said a base beer, but it is a barrel aged beer. It's the base as in being, it's just because they do variants. This is the base barrel aged beer. We did ask, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we've asked Tommy on the first time he was on, I should say, because I don't know when this is coming out. The first time he was on, is there a base version of this that they release? And they don't do that now. Maybe they've done it in the past. I don't remember, but they don't do that.
No, correct.
But this is just the straight up barrel aged.
Yeah, just a straight barrel aged. I guess, in my mind, I would call that the base.
I know. Yeah, totally.
But I do know there's some stuff that's going to be revealed in the episode with him. So that'll be curious to see, because
I also sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought it was great that you said Irish cream twice.
Yeah, so Irish cream, Weller barrels, and raspberry tiramisu. Those are the three.
Right. The other
is there another one?
There's a few more. I pulled up I'm
just going back looking at last year.
Yeah, no. They've also done a vanilla espresso, a bourbon and maple barrel aged, a regular vanilla, a double bourbon barrel aged, coffee, rum barrel aged with maple. Those are the ones they have done in the past. So that's fucking cool. I can't wait to see what they do this year.
Yeah, totally. And I think I've had this before, but I don't know, just drinking this again.
I'm gonna, before you get into that, before we talk about what it is, I'm gonna read the description. I'm going to tell you what hops and malts were used, and this way it'll give you a chance to try. I'm gonna take a sip before I read this. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can hear me drinking that. It says our not so secret secret. Every Black Friday we release Dark Secret. This is Brickstone Brewing, everybody. I know we've already said that, but I'm establishing this. Here we go. Our not so secret secret. Each Black Friday we release Dark Secret variants that explore the exciting, interesting, and delicious sides of beer blending. Each of these releases uses our Imperial Stout as a base, rich and complex with full body. Flavors of dark chocolate and pale chocolate combined with slight dark fruit notes used to complement unique limited barrel-aged variants released annually. No telling what each year will bring in our Dark Secret series. Seriously, it's a secret. We won't tell. So the hops that they used in it are East Kent Goldings. That's one hop. East Kent Goldings.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Now, okay, hold on. Now, from my, I'm no beer. I'm no Clark Fettridge. I don't can't say that I'm a beer genius, but yeah, that is one hop. East Kent Goldings is one hop. Okay, so hops, East Kent Golding. That's it.
Yeah.
Malt, 2-row, roasted barley, English chocolate, flake oats. That's it. So it's a very nice base. And Brandon, I will say that is kind of close to what we do for Into the Void. We have a couple more malts in there, but that is very nice base malt. And I don't remember what hop we use for Into the Void, but I think we also use something that is similar to East Kent Goldings. But my first impression is, now this is the 2020 version, so this is almost a year old, and I will say that the first sip that I get is a nice dark chocolate cocoa powder stout that's not overly sweet, and then a very nice barrel characteristic that does complement everything else. It's not a huge barrel characteristics, but you can tell that it is a barrel aged beer. And when I read that description and I heard dark fruit, I couldn't put my finger on what the other flavor was that I was getting, but it is like a dark fruit, kind of mild, very subtle, but it is like a nice dark cocoa, a dark chocolate, almost like baker's chocolate.
Yeah.
Barrel aged stout. This is very unique. You guys have heard us before on other episodes. You know, we don't really hold back, and when we talk about beers, there are beers we like. A lot of beer. Don't get me wrong. 9 out of 10 times we like beer. What we're drinking, we like. We may not like beers. You know, there's some that we might not like more than others, but overall, we're a pretty forgiving group of people who are drinking beer. There are some beers we think are garbage. We won't call them garbage, but we're like, don't really care for it.
Yep.
This to me is a very unique. I'm not blowing smoke up Brickstone's ass because they've been on the podcast. If I didn't like it, I would say like, I get what you're doing. Not for me. This to me is a really nice take on a barrel aged beer because I love dark chocolate. I love when we make our own, you know, stouts that we've done in the past, like those sweet stouts, we've added, you know, cocoa powder or baker's chocolate to it. Like we haven't done cocoa nibs yet, but that type of chocolate, this is like really, and it's just done with the malts. There is no adjunct of chocolate in here, but man, it is like a really nice dark chocolate barrel aged beer. I really like this. This is so good.
Yeah, very well rounded. And to kind of close the conversation, we talked about they use.
Oh, we're closing the conversation already? Jesus.
No. To close the conversation on the hops, it was East Kent Goldings they used.
Yeah.
We used 2 ounces of Chinook.
Okay.
In our beer.
Okay. So I was wrong.
So I mean, but that does lead to question, like if we do this again, which we are going to do our Into the Void again, maybe we try East Kent Goldings. Let's see how that goes.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to hop substitutions, you can swap out the two for the or the them for each other, because looking
Like
at
one
these
for one.
I'm almost positive. Where am I at here? I'm looking at Chinook. Oh, nope, I lied. Chinook is Columbus Northern Brewer and Nugget. Darn. Okay, thought it was. Okay, I lied. You can't do it. But man, I'm really impressed with this. I don't know if the average barrel aged beer connoisseur, so to speak, because I feel like a lot of barrel aged stouts out there, there is a sticky sweetness to it. There's a stickiness to this. I am getting a little stickiness on the outside of the glass here.
Yeah, totally.
But it's not like overly sweet. I mean, I just get like this dark cocoa from it that I really love.
Yeah, it is sweet, no doubt about that. But yeah, like the chocolatey cocoaness kind of overpowers everything, and then you get that subtle barrel flavor at the end. One of the things, so a couple weeks ago, I went to go visit Tommy down at Brickstone just to pick up some beer, and I was chatting with him and whatever, and he was talking about like their program and what they're doing, and gave me a preview of what they're doing for the Black Friday. And I told him, I was like, dude, I tell people if they ask about barrel aged beers, I'm like, you're a sleeper brewery.
Absolutely.
Like if you're not getting it, you're missing out, man. Like you got good stuff, man. Really good stuff. And their operation, Tony hasn't been there. I have to take Tony down there one of these days, but like their operation, it's not massive. It's not like on Lagunitas Chicago scale, but like, dude, they do so much there. It's amazing.
I'm really, this is a very specific barrel aged beer flavor that I don't think is tapped by most barrel aged programs. At least for ones that I've had. Like, this is nice, man. This is this reminds me. Okay, so now I'm getting what this kind of reminds me of. This reminds me of when Phase 3 and Goose Island did their barrel age collaboration, and we fell in love with that. If I'm a bird, you're a bird, because we did the If I'm a Bird, right?
Yep.
And I said, I think on that episode, I can't believe I'm remembering this. On that episode, I said this is a barrel aged stout for bakers, because of like the appreciation of chocolate and strawberry and stuff like that. I think this is also a barrel aged beer for bakers or chocolatiers that would really appreciate what they've done just using the malts that they've done and the hop that they used and the how to tie that all in with the barrel. Like I just get this overwhelming dark cocoa, dark chocolate, coffee flavor, and then it being aged in Buffalo Trace to me is like a bonus, because you and I are Buffalo Trace guys, man. We're Buffalo Trace heads. We're Buffalo heads, as they. Oh my god, I can't believe Aggie is like petting your face right now. It's the most adorable thing ever. Yeah. Brandon, can you post that on Instagram? I know you're taking a picture. If it's a great picture, I don't care if it's a great picture or not. Please fucking post that so that people know what we're talking about. You know what? By the time this comes out, this picture is already. So now you have to do it, because I'm about to say it. This picture is already on Instagram. Go back, look through our feed. Brandon is holding Aggie, and that's how he held her the entire episode that we're doing right now, and most of the episode recorded before this, because that's how we do after the final pour. But yeah, if you guys, everybody out there listening, if you're sleeping on the Brickstone,
stop sleeping
on it. I will, Brandon, thanks for giving this to me. I know
of course, man,
you sought it out for me today, so I appreciate that. That's awesome. And I've got the Irish cream one that you mentioned twice. I've got that I've got that sitting in the fridge. Maybe I slipped that with when we talked to Tommy. I don't know, because I think this is after the Tommy episode, because everything is.
We never know. We never know.
I can't imagine me disliking that. I'm really excited now for the variants, because I think this is a really solid base that will really lend itself to really making the variants pop even more. Like the raspberry tiramisu did not sound good to me until trying this now.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I'm getting congested sitting in my basement. I can hear it in my nose, so I apologize to everybody. Jesus Christ. It's so good, man. You got any final thoughts on this?
No, I mean, just appreciative of Tommy and this beer, man. Like Brickstone did a killer job, and looking forward to what they do this year with their barrel aged series.
And by the time this comes out, you guys might know already. We all might know. The whole world might already know. But until then, we shall wait. That was very deep.
Yeah, totally.
It wasn't deep. It was actually very just dramatic, like a fucking monologue in a movie. I watch too many movies. Brandon, I love you, man. Thank you so much for sharing this with me.
Me too, man.
I'm looking forward to sipping on this for the rest of the night before I call it a night. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So cheers to you, brother. Cheers, everybody, for listening. Thank you for listening.
Cheers.
If you guys like the show, share it with friends and follow us on all the social medias. It's really easy to follow us. It's just all the Malting Hour. That's it. It's at the Malting Hour everywhere. Just share it, like it, follow it, comment, send us fucking emails. Just interact with us. We want to talk to you, right?
Yeah, of course.
We've got time. That's all we got is time.
Yeah,
let's talk.
Love it.
Alexa, shut this shit down.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago. On Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.